Okay, so hello, I'm Tibor. I'm founder of fintech startup called DigFin, which is an acronym for digital finance. As you might guess, we are digitalizing financial products, and we started in mortgages because it's the most difficult and complex financial product that hasn't been digitalized yet. And I will talk about opportunities and challenges in digitalization of this important financial product. So the problem is that currently in most countries, when you want to apply for mortgage, you have to go to bank, bring plenty of paper documents, sign mortgage application form, and wait for a couple of days to get your application approved. Or you can ask your financial agent to do this job for you. In any case, it's gonna cost you lots of time, and banks lots of money because they need to pay not only their employees but also commission to your mortgage agent. So it's very inefficient. That's why we decided to build a digital mortgage platform that allows a digital transfer of data among all three parties of the mortgage market: home buyers, brokers, and banks. And we dramatically reduce time to money, and we remove all the paper from the process. And obviously, we also cut operational costs to banks. In fact, we are building a marketplace that allows home buyers to apply for mortgage online, something like Revolut released recently in Lithuania, but it's only for refinancing. We cover all types of mortgages. Next platform that is also live, you can see the print screens, is a broker portal that allows brokers to sell mortgages remotely without any need to meet their clients in person. And we are working on these two more products. The first one is embedded mortgage, so it will be embedded in real estate portals, and clients will be able to buy a house together with mortgage, so they are sure that when they are going to sign a reservation contract, they can immediately apply for mortgage at the bank. It will be pre-approved. And we offer also to banks digitalization of the whole mortgage processes, so we call it mortgage as a service. And these two products we are currently working on, so altogether it will be type of a marketplace that will connect really all actors of the mortgage market and provide excellent customer value. There are lots of benefits. As you can imagine, banks can increase their market share because they can acquire new customer segments by selling to Gen Z, millennials, or tech-savvy people in remote areas who cannot come to bank in person. We create new distribution channels, which increases revenue. By digitalization, we optimize processes, so we increase profit margin and productivity. There's a competitive advantage because customers are happier when they can get mortgage faster and easier. And of course, it increases costs and increases conversion of the clients. We guarantee high data accuracy thanks to our algorithm methodology. And these are social benefits. We save people time. We contribute to digital transformation of financial industry. We improve financial inclusion by making mortgages more accessible. And we decrease CO2 footprint by reducing traveling and printing paper documents. However, there are challenges. It sounds very great, but the challenges are still huge complexity. Clients are simply not willing to fill the whole mortgage application on their own because it's very complicated. So we need to adopt some AI assistants who can guide them through the whole process. Then these mortgages are heavily regulated, so we must cooperate with regulators. We spent 1 year at the regulatory sandbox of the National Bank of Slovakia to get our idea approved by regulators from the EU legislation perspective. And the toughest problem is the rigidity of the system. Simply, brokers who sold 1,000 mortgages are not willing to change their way of how they are doing. And for banks, it takes ages to really innovate. And the best way is to do it our own way. So we decided to apply for European mortgage license, probably in this country, in Lithuania, because it's most fintech-friendly country. And this will allow us to really sell digital mortgage across the whole Europe. And our ultimate goal is to unify Europe into one country and really offer cross-border mortgages. So any EU citizen can get a mortgage to buy property in whatever other EU country, and no bank offers such mortgages currently. So this will be a novelty. And there are three challenges that I'd like to collaborate with academia. I even presented them at the workshop with Joanna. So these three areas are, first of all, we need to develop an EU-wide credit scoring model that will be based on universal data that are accessible across the whole EU, and such data are financial transactions on a bank account via open banking, PSD2 or 3 protocol. And challenges are that there are lots of differences across countries, so how to make it like a universal credit scoring model, how to make it fair, not biased, explainable, financially inclusive. And this is an opportunity for collaboration with academia, because I think there are lots of interesting research questions that can be analyzed by this project. The second one is related to AI assistant, robot advisor. So how to make it trustful, how to make it able to provide advice in multiple languages, and to make it easily accessible for clients, interactive, etc. And again, there are some suggestions for collaboration, how to really build the top-notch, state-of-the-art financial advisor, and examine human interaction with the system, and really improve financial literacy and consumer empowerment. And the last one is automatic data extraction from documents. So instead of clients filling a very long mortgage application form, which has 40, 50 parameters, imagine that you would just throw your current loan contract into the system and it would automatically extract who you are, who's your creditor, how was the outstanding balance, how much, when is the end of your fixation period, and it will automatically create a tailor-made mortgage offer for you based on this document. And this extraction must obviously work in several European languages, and must be able to process various contracts and various document types.
But that's the smallest challenge, right?
Yeah, this is the smallest. The challenges are ordered from the toughest to the smallest. So this basically can be done. I made some tests with ChatGPT. It's already able to really extract all this information from whatever document. I tried several documents in several languages, and yeah, it worked. So this is the least challenging. I think the most challenging is European credit risk model based on financial transactions, and especially not for employees, because it's quite easy to accept employee income, but for businessmen. If you have a business account, then you have lots of transactions and lots of high turnover, and then some banks accept estimate your credit worthiness only based on turnover. Some banks take into account only net profit, and there's a huge variety across banks how they accept income from your business, so non-employee income. And it will be tricky to come up with a really universal methodology. Yes, please.
Yes, I don't see personal data protection here. If you are working with Germans, you need to do personal data protection.
You mean GDPR?
No, yes, no, not GDPR. GDPR is piece of cake. They are German laws, they are local laws, they are different on Bundesland level.
Yes.
So you have to, they are tough. And all the people are, so there's a German organization which also doing Kreditwortnis, you should aware of Schufa. They are better protected from assault than any bank because they are hated, universally hated. They don't do anything actually, I work for them, but they hate it. So you have to address personal data protection, at least for German market.
So for me, personal data protection means that you as an end client give me permission to use your personal data to prepare your mortgage offer. And this is just a one click of the button on the app.
German, so I'm opposed that you use scoring that you must give me out algorithms. The people like to know this because they are very conspicuous. Especially if they don't.
Algorithm can be public. Why not? Of course, we will use some machine learning to process banking transactions. It will be.
I mean, if the value is apparent, you can deal
Actually,
with privacy things. I mean, generally it depends on what they get for the data.
I'm not even sure whether banks are obliged to reveal their scoring models to public because this is intellectual property. So I don't think it is.
But there are the customer protection organizations. They are non-governmental and they are aggressive.
Aggressive.
What the regulator in Germany requires companies to have a human in the loop. So a purely automatic credit decision is not possible.
Yes, we are aware of that.
That's what you need. I mean, I don't know. Did you want to finish your presentation?
Yes, I want to finish my presentation, but you really hit the point that the one issue we were not able to really solve with regulators from the Central Bank of Slovakia is how to distinguish human financial agent from a robot financial agent, and legislation is really not ready. Imagine a perfect case that instead of human advisor, there would be a robot advisor, and it would completely provide you financial services without any interaction with humans. Does it really need to comply with all the legislation requirements, like prepare your detailed financial analysis, let you sign all the papers that currently needs to be signed, or it can just be really completely fully digital experience when the client interacts with the algorithm, see the tailored offers, choose the ones that are fine, and immediately submits applications to banks. Regulators could not tell us where to switch from this online simulator to real financial agent that is regulated by law.
But maybe to share one observation. So 1.5 years ago, I had the chance to look into one of the projects of a big orange bank, and they did exactly this. They tried to digitize.
Orange Bank is the name of the bank?
That it has an orange logo.
Yes, with line.
Yes.
Okay.
And they actually created a digital experience for their clients. They are done. They are ready. Yeah? They had some things in between, but that was because of the regulator. Otherwise, they could offer it. So your idea, your vision, they're able to implement. Yeah?
So they're already live. It is working.
I didn't test it yet, so this is what they presented. Yeah? Whether it's live or not, I cannot tell you. But it was ready. Yeah? And it was a bit bumpy, but only due to regulatory reasons. So not fully automated. Yeah? But this bank was capable of doing that.
And at which stage is this product? Is it live? Is it working?
I haven't looked at it for the last 1.5 years. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw 1.5 years ago. So it's not new. to at least the more progressive.
I also heard that some banks try to enroll it.
Product tab in my app.
But the thing is that banks usually build these models only for one particular country.
So,
And our
this
goal is to
this
really
what I
build
want-
it at
this
the
is what I
European
wanna
level.
say. This is what I want to say. I mean, you have this issue with mortgage as a service.
Uh-huh.
So you have to be very clear. What is your target group? What are the banks that really need this that haven't done it? So an ING will not talk to you. We don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's what
compared
they
to
say.
the others, so they are not too slow to move. They did it already. And
They
don't-
did
don't
it, yes.
underestimate it.
So my experience, I talked to many banks, like large banks, prefer to develop it themselves. They have a huge IT
So much of strategic-
developers, etc. So and it's very strategic product, but it takes them ages to really build it. And some are already advanced, some are lagging
that-
behind.
Exactly, that's one thing. So really be clear on the exact target.
So for us, the target group at the banks are not largest banks, but mid-sized banks or smaller banks that do not have really capacities, IT capacities to build these products by their own. And then obviously also neobanks, they want to build digital solutions and mortgages are very complex. So
But few of them have really the license to provide credit. They are normally these new bank type of institutions. They have maybe deposits they offer, not so much the loan. So there are only few.
only few offering mortgages, and it's much easier to offer bank accounts, saving accounts, or consumer loans, payments. There are many solutions available, and it's much easier product than mortgages. Mortgages are really complex. You have a very long process to provide mortgage, including estimation of property that is used as collateral, preparation of lien contract, registration of lien contract at the land registry, then insurance of the property. You have to
Maybe just to add one more thing. So when I listen to your presentation, it's like a great vision, a great goal,
yeah.
a great goal, but wow, this is a 10 years plus, complex project. So the question is how to strip it down. So if you had to break it down into different smaller steps.
So we started.
Exactly. Maybe you can say a few words about this to get a bit complexity out of the roadmap.
So we started with digitalization of mortgages in one country, in my home country, in Slovakia. And as I mentioned, we are already live with two platforms. The online mortgage and broker portal. And we already have first paying customers. These are brokerage companies, and we are negotiating with several banks about adoption of our solution. But it takes a long time with banks, unfortunately. But we have an evidence that digital mortgage has its place, and we identified also a group of clients who are willing to apply for mortgages online, as I mentioned, younger generation, Gen Z, or millennials, or people who are tech savvy, IT guys who prefer to solve everything from their computer at home. They don't want to go to visit bank. Or people living in remote areas or abroad who just want to buy a house or property in their homeland, but is far away to get to the bank. So there are certainly groups of people who prefer this digital solution.
And in terms of, you said the novelty of your idea is actually that you can take a mortgage in a foreign country. For
Mortgage,
property, for property in a foreign country.
Yes, foreign country
So
within EU, yeah.
That's a bit your USP, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, does it help to focus first on two countries before you do like the whole EU and we have to align, all the jurisdictions and
Exactly.
So does it make sense to focus on Slovakia and Lithuania and say, I'm picking these customers that are willing to buy property?
I would not select Slovakia and Lithuania, but let's say Slovakia and Hungary or Austria, because I live in Bratislava and many people work in Bratislava and buy houses across the border, which is 10 kilometers.
Beachhead market.
Yeah, in Austria or Hungary, because it's countryside, you can have a garden, a huge house for the same price as small apartment in the city center. And the problem is that these people have no chance to get a mortgage to buy a property. I have a friend who bought a house in Hungary, and he could not get a mortgage, so he had to put his parents' apartment as a collateral to get money from the Slovak bank to buy property in Hungary, which is crazy. I think he should be able to get mortgage to buy property in Hungary. But okay, Hungary is difficult because in Hungary you are not allowed to have foreign currency mortgages, only in Hungarian forints. But even I have more absurd situation. My colleague lives in Austria, in the second village. It's 10 minutes, 10 kilometers by car, or 10 minutes by car to get to the city center of Bratislava. And he asked Erste Group Bank in Slovakia to provide him mortgage, and they said no, because your collateral is abroad, is outside of Slovakia. So he asked Erste Bank in Austria, give me mortgage, I'm buying house here. And who are you? Where do you live? I work in Bratislava. Why don't you apply for mortgage in Slovakia? And this is absurd case. The same group, two banks in two countries within the same group, and none of them is willing to finance cross-border mortgage. And it's just 10 kilometers, Bratislava and the village where he lives, where he bought a house. And I find this is absurd. It should be possible. We are integrating whole Europe, and look, Europe is like a bunch of countries that operate on their own. So I think at certain point we should.
Property laws are different. Mortgage rules are different. Repossession rules are different. So if it's not a problem if there's no problem with mortgage, everybody is happy. But the problem is what happens if you can pay. How do I repossess it, how do I sell it?
Yes, exactly.
Because, so like in Spain, if you got squatters, you can't, it's worse than cockroaches because you can't apply poison to it like this. So you can't move them out. So it's a property is basically, yes, lost.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a difference between Slovakia and Austria. There's a risk for bank and foreign country, even if it's the same group, but it's a different entity.
Yeah, I agree. There are differences, and my idea to tackle these differences is to collaborate with the global European legal company that would really guarantee the proper procedures in each country of the EU. So if one country requires a notary signature to be able to register the contract in land registry, let's do it this way. This is the case of Austria or Lithuania. In Czech Republic, you can submit a digitally signed contract via API directly to land registry.
Yes.
So it is already
completely different.
So yeah, in each country you have some different procedure, and of course I cannot understand all these nuances, and this would be I will partner with a European legal firm who would guarantee the right legal procedure in each country, taking into account all these specificities. Okay, I don't know how much time is left, but probably I will close my presentation because I just wanted to introduce our team. So yeah, I'm the visionary leader. I hold 4 masters and PhD, and I studied at Toulouse School of Economics, Vrije University in Amsterdam, and I work as a researcher at the Central Bank of Slovakia. And I founded this startup with my wife, Drahomira, who also studied in Toulouse and has plenty of experience with administration, accounting, and operations, promoting our product and event management. And these are my co-founders who are senior programmers, and they delivered banking software products to all the banks. You can see at the bottom line. So we have really a very senior and experienced development team.
Only the legal guy missing.
Only legal what?
Only the legal guy missing.
Guy missing?
Legal.
Legal. We are also very handful legal specialist. She's not the founder, but I want to give her an ESOP, employee share option plan, so she will become a shareholder as well soon. Very good team. So this is it. If you see any opportunity for collaboration, please scan the QR code to save my contact details, get in touch, and I'll be very happy to discuss possible opportunities of our collaboration. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.